Hello there and welcome of course to the next in the series of meditations on color. Of course I call it meditations when in fact you might say it's more like contemplations. We're contemplating the hidden meaning of, or the alleged meaning of, or the spiritual meaning of a particular colors. And now we come to the one which my personal history seems to prove in some strange way as being the most controversial color that people use within ritual occultism, witchcraft, ceremony, meditation, and all the rest of that. And it is, of course, the color yellow. Yeah, yellow. It's a very convoluted one, shall we say. Because yellow goes well with blue for people who study complementary colors. And blue has some kind of connection to mercurial energies, and so has yellow as a result of this. So blue and yellow combined, some people say, means Mercury. So someone who's trying to, as it were, connect with, in inverted commas of course, the idea of Mercury, might design for themselves a ceremonial robe which is blue in color with a yellow cord to go around the waist, for instance. Or someone might want to meditate upon the concept of Mercury through having just the colors blue and yellow available in their meditation space or their altar area. But yellow is used in so many different ways. It's also used as a warning, like red or orange, especially in these days when yellow is like the Système International type color for warning signs. Some people say yellow is not of Mercury, it's of the sun, because the sun is yellow. But of course, when is the sun yellow apart from in children's illustrations? Is the sun yellow? Well, it provides us with our visible light. So visible light is full spectrum. So essentially it can't be regarded as being yellow, but it feels yellow. So in that case, the color yellow is being used in a rather poetic sense. Okay? But also yellow mixed with other colors, like on my hats for instance. We got yellow braiding, we got black there. That's a combination which is signifying some form of power or some form of energy. Okay? Used in a very similar way to red and black, but not quite so harsh. But it also has this warning glare to it. Okay? Wasps and bees, they're yellow and black. But that's to highlight a warning of not only is there a danger, but I could harm you. I'm obviously personally not trying to express that. I'm just wearing this hat because it's nice and I don't actually like brushing my hair in the mornings. So if I put this on, I look a little smarter than I would otherwise. So yellow is actually a very controversial color. Some people say yellow goes with meditation. Some people say yellow is the energy of life. Alright? So it's not a very singular color. It's quite close to the center of the spectrum. It's just off green, for instance. And so therefore maybe that's another reason why the number of meanings is broad. And yellow can go with a lot of other colors as well. So these are things to bear in mind. Yellow is not purely clear cut. Someone will also probably turn around to me and say, no, yellow is of fire, therefore you use yellow when you're doing fire meditations. And then someone else will say, no, it's to do with Mars, because it's to do with energy. Now, with the Mars message, that's actually rather curious, because it correlates with the yellow chakra on the body, okay, which is just below the heart chakra, okay, deals with the solar plexus. Solar plexus, okay, think about that. So there's another solar connection in the fact that the solar plexus looks like an image of a sun, because it's got like lots of little neurons and dendrites running off it. But from a chakra meditation point of view, it's martial. If you do meditations with a clear quartz on your yellow chakra, it'll have a very different effect after a long enough period of time than if you have a clear quartz on your orange chakra, for instance. Okay, so it is complex. This is why I've been trying to avoid talking about the color yellow for 4 years, because it has so many ramifications, and everyone's got their own close, emotional closeness to a particular color. Right? No, no, no. Yellow is of the goddess in her crone aspect, or no, yellow is obviously for the maiden, or it goes on and on and on. The thing for you to do is to see how color is used in your life. Look around. All the traditional things, advertising slogans, warning signs. Think about it. Orange and yellow used on my solar charging controller. Speaking of warmth or heat or energy or electricity or fire or the sun or something that's useful or that can be of beneficial to us humans, as we are attracted to the warmth, because we're still primitive creatures with primitive instincts and thoughts. This is the way in which we are. Just look around your house. How is yellow used with the products that you buy? How is yellow used with the recipes that you go to on the websites and on the various cookbooks? Try and build up an understanding of what you feel yellow could mean. There's no rush to try and understand colour, and no one ever will fully understand it anyway.